Hey friends, Kevin here, your Sacramento, Stockton area realtor and lender, here with this week's weekly real estate report. Now, if you care at all about your credit, stay tuned because I'm going to give you 2 tips to help you safeguard your credit and potentially boost those numbers. But I'll do that at the end because I want to get into the weekly real estate report right now. Now, big news here for you guys is that Redfin is reporting that real estate investors are abandoning the U.S. housing market. Redfin reports that investor home purchases declined by 46% in the fourth quarter of 2022. They are citing the reason for this is that the combination of declining prices, remember that, declining prices, falling rents, which I researched, and some people say rents have gone up, some say they have gone down, some say they've stayed the same, and surging interest rates. Well, rates have gone up a little bit, yes. Means that there is a good chance that an investor who buys now will lose money in the future. I don't know. Real estate's always been a pretty good investment over the long term, but talking investors might be thinking short term. So keep those things in mind. What does that mean for us? Well, potential crash is what Redfin is saying because 46% of investors are leaving the market. But if you're a home buyer, that is fantastic news because you wouldn't be competing with your investors. But anyway, be that as it may, let's take a look at the chart and see about these declining home prices. All right, looking at the chart right now, I want to draw your attention to the median list price, which certainly did go down, but it is on its way back up and has been climbing for 4 or 5 weeks straight now. We are now just right knocking at the door at a median sales price of $600,000. So we went up to 650, back to 6. Now, if we pull the chart way out, I mean, this is huge. We look where we came from. All right. So anyway, median list price going up. What about the median sales price? Well, that went down. Now it's going back up too. So it is on its way back up. The last 4 weeks, we have seen that rise. But we've been watching our inventory just drop like a homesick brick. So it is dropping. We're going to see an inversion again here, I think in the next week or so, but it's going to be very short-lived because the number of available homes should historically around sometime in the middle towards the end of May turn around and start climbing back up. But we're going to see these pending sales also climb, so they will start climbing together. And that is my prediction for the next, we're coming into the summer when we go into our historical buying, selling season on both sides. All right, rates. What did rates do this week? Rates went up, unfortunately. They went from 6.32 last week to 6.5 this week. So again, I got to say it, when you're coming from the 2s and 3s, 6.5 looks terrible. But if you're old enough to remember 18, 19, 20%, looking back the other way, 6.5 sounds pretty darn good. Not to date myself. I think when I bought my first house, my rate was somewhere around 7.5. But of course, homes were a lot cheaper back then too. All right, on to the 2 things you must do if you care about your credit. I have been a huge proponent of these things for going on. This is my 20th year in real estate, so thank you. Nearly 20 years. So, number 1, you absolutely have to do a credit freeze. Easy to do. You go to the 3 big bureaus, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. You have to do each one separately and independently. Look for their credit freeze option. You go in, you're going to do a credit freeze. You're going to set up a personal PIN. That means that nobody can open credit in your name, including you. It is frozen. So a bad guy gets a hold of your information. They try and open up a new credit account. Can't do it. Also means you can't either, unless you thaw your credit, which is really not difficult. Let's say you're shopping somewhere and they say, hey, would you like to apply for a credit card and save 10% on your purchase? You simply say, credit's frozen, can't do it, thank you much. But if you wanted to, let's say you want to buy a car, you simply call the place where you plan on doing a loan with, like a credit union. You say, hey, I would like to apply. My credit's frozen. Which bureau do you use? And often it's just one of the bureaus. And so all you have to do is go to one of the bureau. You go in, you do the credit thaw. You can do it for a particular place, like if you're using a credit union, that credit union, or for a period of time to allow you to shop. It's not a problem. Then you either refreeze it or you just do it thaw for a week or two and then it automatically freezes back again. But huge proponent of that. You have to do that. All right. Number 2 is optoutprescreen.com. And I know the .com kind of throws you because it's like, wait, it is a legitimate site. I have personally done this many years ago. I just re-upped again to the permanent one because you can do it for 5 years or permanently. What this does is it stops creditors from pre-screening your credit report, which they can do even if you have a freeze, and sending you credit offers in the mail. Well, credit offers in the mail, bad guys can steal your mail, if you haven't heard, and then apply for credit in your name. Well, if you've got the credit freeze, good luck with that. But 2, that stuff's not out there anymore. Now, I cannot confirm this, but many years ago when this first came out, there was a rumor that by doing optoutprescreen.com, you got a 5-point bump in your credit score, I should say. I did this originally, it's been, well over 10 years when I did it. I pulled my credit before I did the opt-out pre-screen. I did the pre-screen, and then I checked my credit a month later, and guess what? It went up by 5 points. Now, was it because of that or some other thing? I don't know, but the rumor was that it worked. My experience is it did. So it could help you, but absolutely guaranteed it will not hurt you. So 2 things you should do today: credit freeze, then optoutprescreen.com. That's my advice for you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you here next week. I hope. Take care. Bye.